I kneel before the cathedral with my hands resting on my knees. I desire to be on the podium. My thoughts outweigh the thoughts of others. My words shall dictate the thoughts of weak people. I find myself time and time again frustrated by the incompetence of the powers that be, the word that governs my life. I pray the citadels of insincerity, not insincerity, evil, fall to ruin. Evil. Real evil. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've stared into the eyes of evil. I felt the devil's touch. I heard the screaming of his souls as he towered over me. But in truth, as that is what I seek, the memory does linger on in the far reaches of my mind, still. For as long as I can remember, I seem to have always known the worst can happen, and does happen, and is happening. But in speaking to you, I want to impart my understandings as a mere disciple. Life is not suffering. Life is not suffering. Life is not suffering. Suffering is raised above life in the hierarchy of being. Pain is a god. All of us as living beings have an immense capacity for pain, but simultaneously an immense capacity for healing. So then are we meant to break and fall apart just to be repaired, only so that once we break, in totality, in the end, there's no coming back? But then there is a glimmer of a new understanding, submerged in the muddled conquest of knowledge. When you are alive and your soul is shattered, you cross a threshold. You walk between realms. You are granted admission to further planes. And my intuition tells me it's all one giant joke, some sick game of a being so powerful it scares even itself. But that is not true. Why do I lie? Why do I lie? Why do I lie to myself? There are caverns of the mind, and akin to those of earth, it is simple to get lost in, but it does not make you simple. You are a precious creature, and your burdens are burdens not of your own. Do not hold yourself accountable, because that is subservience. Subservience even to yourself is equal to crucifixion. They misconstrued Christ's word anyways. What's the fucking point of all this shit? So now I beg you, please, show me a sign, a symbol, an effigy, anything. I need to know what to do. I cannot think for myself. I am a weak person. I am weak, but bright. I have potential, but in the same breath, I fear my own folly, and I fear I will squander my own light. I am afraid of snuffing myself out. Life is not suffering. And I only know that because of suffering. So now, go on. Become yourself.
Become yourself. Authentically, truly become yourself. I always knew you were wrong and said, when I'm done with you, all that shall remain is
So you come to me begging, pleading for your lives once again. I find you all pathetic. All of you! Pathetic people! Pathetic! Truly! Civilization should fall to ruin once upon a time. I trusted him. I gave him everything I had. I fashioned his blade. I sculpted his armor. I gave him and all his men wives. And still, it was not sufficient.
As above, so below. Ouroboros. felt them around me at every waking moment of my life, stirring in the shadows, and one day they presented itself to me. In totality, its mouth so wide, its eyes so sharp, its teeth so gargantuan. When they opened their mouths, all they heard is music. The same music over and over and over again. Over and over and over again.
All I feel is pain.
They found him rotting there, exposed, vulnerable and flayed. Another worthless body to the pile. Deserving of the Tragedy has to have its way with people. The weaker and sadder, the better. The under the love, the defense cry. 𝔖𝔨𝔢𝔩𝔞𝔠𝔨 𝔑𝔤𝔢𝔢𝔠𝔤
Ingest the poison. You're less than scum.
I'm so fucking tired.
Drink the poison now. I'll fucking kill you. Fucking kill you.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to experience.
Listen to yourself. Sobbing. Like a baby. Like a fresh baby. Listen to the trumpets. Do you hear the trumpets?
the second is 𝔖𝔨𝔢𝔩𝔬𝔫, the third is Samael, and he is impious in his arrogance which is in him, for he said, I am God, and there is no other God beside me. For he is ignorant of his strength, the place from which he had come. He is demiurge and maker of man, but as a ray of light from above enters the body of a man and gives him a soul, 𝔖𝔤𝖊𝖏 is filled with envy. He tries to limit man's knowledge by forbidding him the fruit of knowledge in paradise. At the consumption of all things, all light will return to the pleroma, but 𝔖𝔤𝖏, the demiurge, with the material world, will be cast into the lower depths. There is no light here. My soul is suspended within a sunless abyss. The mountain represents the devil, or his world, since the devil was one part of the whole of matter, but the world is the total mountain of evil, a deserted dwelling place of beasts. You then, who are spiritual, should worship neither the creation nor the craftsman, but the Father of truth. The world of darkness, which invaded the world of light in a lustful desire to mingle with the light, is ruled by 5 evil archons: demon, dragon, eagle, fish, lion, who together make up the Prince of Darkness. The Father of Greatness parries the assault by evoking a number of entities who sacrifice themselves and are absorbed by the Prince of Darkness. However, tricked by the Father of Greatness, their existence now depends on the light they absorbed. To prevent light particles from returning to their divine origin, they counter by giving birth to 2 demonic beings, 𝔖𝔨𝔢𝔩𝔬𝔫 and 𝔬𝔨 as the strict antithesis.
The mountain represents the devil, or his world, since the devil was one part of the whole of matter, but the world is the total mountain of evil, a deserted dwelling place of beasts. You then, who are spiritual, should worship neither the creation nor the craftsman, but the Father of truth. The world of darkness, which invaded the world of light in a lustful desire to mingle with the light, is ruled by 5 evil archons: demon, dragon, eagle, fish, lion, who together make up the Prince of Darkness. The Father of Greatness parries the assault by evoking a number of entities who sacrifice themselves and are absorbed by the Prince of Darkness. However, tricked by the Father of Greatness, their existence now depends on the light they absorbed. To prevent the light particles from returning to their divine origin, they counter by giving birth to 2 demonic beings, 𝔖𝔨𝔢𝔏 and 𝔬𝔨, as the strict antithesis of the pure light. The Prince of Darkness cannot create ex nihilo, but only by copulation.
And see how she rears her head and rolls about her dreadful eyes to drive all virtue out, or look it dead. 'Twas sure the basilisk sent temple thence. For see, my friend goes shaking in white, his eyes have met the basilisk. I have turned, it appears, his day tonight, eclipsing his sun's disk. Be thou like the imperial basilisk, kill thy foe with unapparent wounds, gaze on oppression till at that dread risk, aghast she passed the earth's disk. Fear not, but gaze, for free men mightier grow, and slaves more feeble gazing on their foe. A terrible desire came upon me to rid the world of such a monster. There was no lethal weapon at hand, but I seized a shovel which the workman had been using to fill the cases, and lifting it high, struck with the edge downward at the hateful face. But as I did so, the head turned, and the eyes fell upon me with all their blaze of basilisk horror. They seemed to paralyze me, and the shovel turned in my hand and glanced from the face, making merely a deep gash above the forehead. Above the forehead. Above the forehead. A mere gash above the forehead. Oh my gosh! Above the forehead! Oh my gosh! Above the forehead! Oh my gosh! Above the forehead! Above the forehead!
There's
is the same power also in the serpent called the basilisk. It has a white spot on the head, strongly resembling a sort of a diadem. When it hisses, all other serpents fly from it, and it does not advance its body like the others by a succession of folds, but moves along upright and erect upon the middle. It destroys all shrubs, not only by its contact, but even those that it has breathed upon. It burns up all the grass too, and breaks the stones, so tremendous in its noxious influence. It was formerly a general belief that if a man on horseback killed one of these animals with a spear, the poison would run up the weapon and kill not only the rider but the horse as well. To this dreadful monster, the effluvium of the weasel is fatal, a thing that has been tried with success, for kings have often desired to see its body when killed. So true it is that it has pleased nature that there should be nothing without its antidote. The animal is thrown into the hole of the basilisk, which is easily known from the soil around it being infected. The weasel destroys the basilisk by its odor, but dies itself in the struggle of nature against its own self. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa wrote that the basilisk is always and cannot but be a male, as the more proper receptacle of venom and destructive qualities. The basilisk appears in the English Revised Version of the Bible in Isaiah 14:29, in the prophet's exhortation of the Philistines, reading, "Rejoice not, O Philistia, all of thee, because the rod that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a basilisk, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent." The King James Version of the Bible states, "Out of the serpent's root shall come forth the cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent." The basilisk is also mentioned in Psalm 91:13, which reads, "Super leonium ad draconum." In the Latin Vulgate literally means, "You will tread upon the lion and the dragon, the asp and the basilisk you will trample underfoot." It is true the demons speak in rhyme, but only the lesser demons. There is a deeply interconnected, contrived, complex hierarchy that they abide to, constructed by themselves within themselves in the image of themselves, because that is all they are. It is a fine line between man and demon in this world. And if that line is towed, and you balance, it is possible to see both sides of the summit. It is possible that
Recite the eulogy.
those deserts of immeasurable sand whose age-collected fervors scarce allowed where the shrill chirp of the green lizard's love broke on the sultry silentness alone, now teem with countless rills and shady woods, cornfields and pastures and white cottages, and where the startled wilderness beheld a savage conqueror stained the kindred blood, the tigress sating with its flesh of lambs, the unnatural famine of her toothless cubs, whilst shouts and howlings through the desert rang, sloping and smooth, the daisy-spangled lawn offering sweet incense to the sunrise, smiles to see a babe before his mother's door, sharing his morning's meal with the green and golden basilisk that comes to lick his feet. There's a fine line between heaven and hell. There's a fine line between heaven and hell.
Master, now I cannot go on. I'm a weak man. I'm so weak.
I can't do anything! Oh, I'm such a failure! No, I thought I was an angel of God, but actually I'm just a scribe! Fuck!
I swim through the river Styx to
It is the burden of taking up space that allows the fog to creep in without hesitation, and the crystal ball is cracked wide open, allowing me to know that there are forces outside of this reality dictating everything, the forebearers of consciousness. We are beings of earth, air, water, and fire. The void allows for planets to form, allows for life, allows for love. Mind, body, soul, time, space, void, past, present, future. I remember the primordial oceans and continents of tumult. Odeon, void, emptiness, unknowing, death, beyond reason, the fallacy of logic itself. forgive me.
Destiny. There is no gods.
It's just me. And I failed her. I killed them all.
The abyss beckons you, does it not? This is child voices. You have no idea what you're paying
Witness my transformation of God before me, while blood with father my cities.
the pledge, the summit of infinity.
Och detta har ännu aldrig hänt mig. Och det är jag djupt tacksam för.
Crepuscular spiral stairs and the shadow that prowls through the stars. Darkness adorns the skin beneath my eyes. False person, frozen in time. I seem to have misplaced its memory. It's what I want, what I deserve. I've been nothing but wrong for the entirety of this life. I'll find you in the next one if it's what you decide. It's all up to you. Drag me through the mud, hang me upside down, tear apart my hands. The sadness I never felt love the way I feel you, weighing on my mind, clogged in the neurocircuitry, draining out my body, sloshing in the pool of who I could have been. This tapestry is stained, sick and bedridden from the poison within my soul. I lie watching it grow into a hideous chimera that dwells beneath my tomb, wandering the aisle endlessly in search of a false exit. Maybe, as time passes, I will escape and act my age, but it's a long dark path I've been sent down, not even close to halfway, and I'm already dead.
have you done to me?
I have damned you as you damned me. The part of me that loved you lies there, Victor, rotting in the coffin. Look at it. See what your evil love has done to me, and die with that vision in your brain.